Mike Tirico next to the great tight end, Greg Olson. Glad you are joining us for this one. Off we go from Houston. Here he is, Tyreek Hill back to return. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line.
At their own 18-yard line.
Throwing right away is Mahomes. Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete. To the 20. And he will take this one in. 82 yards. Touchdown, Kansas City. And Greg, that is the way you love to start one of those games. Get off the bus, get on the field, get in the end zone. The road team with the first 6 of this one.
And you can just see, Mike, it takes a lot of the air out of the stadium. And this crowd, they're fired up, started the game, trying to make their presence felt. And the opposing team goes all the way down for an opening drive touchdown. That's an ideal way to start when you find yourself on the road.
Harrison Butker at a kickoff
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Oh, that is a duck on the kickoff. Not only doesn't it reach the landing zone, that's going to be spotted beyond the 40-yard line.
Okay, ready?
Drive will start on the ground. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Well, we knew coming into this one, Mike, that we were going to see a lot of this guy, and we knew we'd see a lot of him early. And if that first play is any indication of the rest of this game, this defense is going to have
His first throw of the game is going to be intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
This is an area of the offense, Mike, that's going to have to find its rhythm now as this game unfolds. They talked all week, come out early, get some completions, settle down this quarterback. Well, in return, he throws an early pick. It's too early to go away from the game plan. There's a lot of game left, but this passing game is going to have to get on track throughout the rest of this game.
He's going to look deep for Tyreek. That one's down the field, but it is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill there. And it'll bring up second down. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That one incomplete. Good job. Textbook there. Separated the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And that is incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
And he didn't get the check he was hoping for in that one. That goes into the end zone, and it's a touchdown. The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Drops for the loss of a yard.
A loss of 2.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Back to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
12 yards to go.
7-19 Tigers.
He'll look to throw. Off-balance throw. It's complete. It'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. So it's going to bring up fourth down. The Texans getting all set to punt. Back deep. It's Tyreek Hill. Taken at the 19. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there.
At their own 26-yard line.
First down throw. Mahomes. Going down the center of the field. Open man. And it's taken in. And a big strike for good yardage there. All the way up to midfield.
First down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Mahomes on first down. And he's open middle of the field. It is caught. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, KC. That's a 2-touchdown game for him. Numbers 7 and 8 for the season. What an opening quarter he is having. Greg, that is 2 touchdown receptions here in the first quarter.
Mike, all this guy has to do is keep this pace up, and he's going to have himself 8 touchdowns. But in all seriousness, if I'm this quarterback, I'm not looking anywhere else until this defense proves they have an answer. Because right now, they don't have one.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. This will be returned from the 6. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return.
44-yard line.
Here we go. Shot. 70, 10, go.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Open man downfield, it is Hopkins. And he will score. DeAndre Hopkins. Touchdown, Texans. Touchdown number 7 for him on the year. The extra point, up and good. And the Texans are on the board. It's now 14-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Tyreek now to return it. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over.
At their own 23-yard line.
We'll go 3 tight ends here on first and 10. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Here's a 2nd and 12. To throw is Mahomes. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. 4 catches already in this opening quarter, off to a hot start as he picks up the first down. From the gun, here's a handoff. And a nice job, able to dance away and get forward for a pickup of a half-guard.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 47-yard line.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 4. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
A big half continues. Already 2 touchdowns on the score sheet. And here, this drive gets him a first down.
A gain of 13 yards. First down.
They put Kelsey in motion. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
These are the impact plays that this linebacker is capable of, Mike. Not only dissecting and determining where the ball was going, but then to shoot through the line of scrimmage and make this tackle for a loss. That's a big-time play by a really good player.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11.
Yellow.
From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. A pickup of 12 yards. And the Chiefs have a first down.
Gain of 12. First down, Kansas City.
Throwing is Mahomes. This one complete right side. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 2. Now give on the ground. And they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's first and goal coming up.
The story of this drive has just been their ability to sustain and get fresh sets of down. Now, in this case, after picking up that big gain on the ground, they find themselves first and goal.
He slams it in there, and he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the year.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. Now an opening past the 30. And it will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Ready, go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's going to be incomplete. And it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
To 2nd and 10.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
And he'll be taken down with the first down as time will run out on this opening quarter. So after 1, it's the Chiefs on top. More from Houston coming up in a moment. It's Texans football. Quarter number 2 begins as they've got it with 1st and 10.
Ready.
Now a give up the middle. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They'll stick with him again. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. It's good for a Texans first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
Ball on the 27. Here's second down and 9. Now this time they'll look to throw. He'll throw it left and has his running back. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. They'll run it on the inside handoff. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up third and 2.
Try to pick this one up on the ground. And he'll get this down to the 2-yard line. First and goal as they convert on third down.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
And anytime you have a long drive going, you'd hate to have it stall out there. So that's a really nice job up front, making sure that that doesn't happen. And it's going to set up first and goal.
And he's going to be stopped in the backfield. Taken down back at the 3.
It's a loss of 1.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
They'll look to throw. Moving outside the pocket. A throw there on second down, going to be incomplete.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up.
And he barrels his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. The kicking team off for the extra point. The Texans draw closer here. It's 21-14.
Texans 14.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. Oh, nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it.
At their own 31-yard line.
First and 10 for Mahomes. That's complete left side to Worthy. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Kansas City Chiefs.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. So, 2 minutes to play in a back and forth first half. Greg and I, back from Houston in a moment. Moss in motion. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on first down. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
Brings up second and 10.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
43, 15. I go on.
On second down, Mahomes. Quick hitting slant there. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
City Chiefs.
Catch number 7 so far in this one. And a first down.
At the 29-yard line.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
Quickly here to Worthy. Yeah. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
10 more yards. Complete to Xavier Worthy.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches.
At the 19-yard line.
To the air once more. It's Mahomes. There's that man again. Another catch. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
First down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
Travis Kelce, the intended target. And it'll lead to a second down. Mahomes now to throw again. This caught right side by Worthy. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Right back to the air for Mahomes. He's got it at the 3. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
First down. First and goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll try to run this one in. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Chiefs. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
To kick off for Kansas City.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Ready?
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Go! Blocking 18. Ready?
Back to throw here to begin the drop. That's caught right side. It's Hopkins. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield.
It's a gain of 16
That
yards.
catch number 40 on the season for him.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
19, charge, go!
Throwing now on 1st and 10. A quick throw that's complete on the slant. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
First down.
Here's 1st and 10.
At the 36-yard line.
Ready? Let go!
He'll drop to throw. Quickly to the outside and complete. He'll be out of bounds. Decent pickup of 5 on 1st down.
Out of bounds at the
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll look to throw again. Hauled in at the 5. And he's in. Dalton Schultz. Touchdown, Texans.
You hear coaches, you hear commentators, everybody talks about that middle four, Mike, the final 2 minutes of the second quarter and the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. Here they are now. They go down and they steal a late touchdown to end the half. Remember, they're going to get the ball first coming out of the break.
7 seconds, all that remains, till halftime. And the kick is away. He fields it at the 8. A good return as he takes it across the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
First down throw, Mahomes. He's going to look for the home run ball. He's got it! And a critical tackle there. They're getting close to scoring. Instead, they get nothing. Time has run out. This first half has come to an end. So we reach the intermission in what has been an entertaining one to this point. Back with the second half in just a moment.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here's a run to begin this third quarter. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
A gain of a yard.
From the 21, here's 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. That's caught right side, the tight end Schultz. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
A gain of 22 yards.
Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Handoff here, up the middle. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down.
At the 46-yard line.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football.
Come on.
Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
8 yards to go.
Throwing now from the gun. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And the defense picks him up and stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
46-yard line.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
At the 40-yard line.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
That's another Texans first down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Up the middle they go. The defense stringing them out. No gain. Back to the original line of scrimmage.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage of the game.
And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. This drive has been methodical, but will they turn it into 6 points? It is first and goal. A quick throw here on the RPO. It's caught by Johnson. And he's going to be taken down right around the 9. Here now, second down and goal.
Cougar 19.
Now they'll set up to throw. He'll go right and find his running back.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
Nick Sirianni now going to send out the field goal unit. This about as short as you can get. His kick will split the uprights. It's good. And the Texans will cut the lead down to 4.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over.
At their own 24-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. He's going to air this one out, looking for help. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 32 yards.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Moss in motion. On first down, it's Mahomes. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Touchdown, KC. That is his 3rd touchdown of the game and his 9th for the year. The extra point by Butker is good. And the Chiefs will extend this 3rd quarter lead.
24. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. And he will only be able to muster the 20-yard line on that return.
Their own 20-yard line.
Go!
A handoff as they try to run it here. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Ready,
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13.
break. Let go.
They'll look to throw. This ball batted away. That's incomplete.
He's got to do a better job using his eyes, Mike, and he's just not manipulating the defense at all by looking off the defenders. And at this level of ball, if you just continue to stare down your primary read, you're going to lead the defenders right to the ball, and he's lucky this one just fell incomplete.
That one caught by Schultz, the tight end. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. The Texans set to punt this one away. He's on for the 2nd time and wouldn't mind a carbon copy of that first kick. On the return, it's Hill. And a very solid return as they're able to bring him down.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Hey, 15. Yellow.
Mahomes on first down. Open man downfield, Tyreek Hill. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 31 yards.
First down, Kansas City.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. That is caught at the 3. And he's got another one. Touchdown, Kansas City. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas
So now it's
City.
Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. The return starts from the 5. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Let's go.
And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing in and dropping him for a loss. So they go backwards on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 13. That's going to be incomplete, and the clock will stop. Likely one more play in this 3rd quarter.
Brings up
3rd and long.
13.
Let's go. Ready, right?
They'll throw out of the gun. He's got his tight end. It's Schultz. And he will go all the way. Dalton Schultz. Touchdown, Houston. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. What a luxury to have in an offense. A tight end who can take it down the field like that and take it the distance. Shades of Greg Olsen back in the day.
Well, I appreciate that, Mike, but I think it's clear by now that we all know what's the most impactful position on offense. It's the tight end. And when you have a guy like this who can not only make those difficult catches underneath, but who can get down the field for these big plays, man, you got yourselves a weapon.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
Yellow.
And he'll only get it to the 26-yard line, setting up 2nd and long.
He was brought down at the 26. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Back to the ground, he'll get it again. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to 3rd down.
A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. Open man, right side, he's got it. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
An 8-yard pickup. And the 1st down, Chiefs.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
Taken down at the 41. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 41, here's 2nd down and 7. Moss in motion. On second down, Mahomes. This throw right side is caught by Hill. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on first down. And they'll take this down inside the 35. A pickup there of 19 yards. Good for a Chiefs first down.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
They'll go with a run. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
Brought down at the 31. 1-yard gain brings up second and 9.
On play action, it's Mahomes. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. That's the former Defensive Rookie of the Year, Will Anderson. He gets in there to drop him for a big loss. And now it's third and long. Here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
A 61-yard attempt.
And he pushed it. No good. That is wide to the right. And their lead will stay right where it is.
Texans.
You have to give him credit, Mike. I mean, that shows a lot of faith in your kicker because that is an ambitious effort from that distance.
Liking 18. Ready.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. Quick throw, taken in. He's got room at the 30. And he's out of bounds in great shape. Down at the 15-yard line. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. It's a gain of 34.
65 catch. 60.
The red zone now. He'll drop to throw. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. DeAndre Hopkins. Touchdown, Texans. That is second touchdown of the afternoon.
Well, that was step one. The offense did their job, get this thing back within one possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck.
That's caught. So they get the two-point conversion, and all of a sudden that 11-point deficit down to just a field goal here in the fourth. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away. It's Xavier Worthy on the return. Special teams comes through again. We don't talk about it nearly enough, but sometimes the biggest plays of the game happen like that one. The kickoff return, fumble, recovered, and momentum swings again.
Everybody loves to see a big return, Mike, but the priority of any kick return unit, just give your offense a chance to possess the ball. And in this case, they don't do that. They turn the ball over, and now they find themselves back out there on defense.
And he will not make it to the end zone, but he's down inside the 5-yard line.
At the 4-yard line.
It's a big play when they needed it the most. 33 yards. Here we go. First and goal.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll stick to the ground. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. 2 touchdowns for him now in the afternoon. The extra point is up and through. And the Texans have taken a 4-point advantage.
Chiefs, 42.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Here comes a return from the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
At the 24-yard line.
Mahomes back. And he finds Tyreek. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. That's number 40 on the season for him.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
Right back to Hill. He's got it again. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal. A big one here in the 4th quarter. A pickup of 44 yards.
1st down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Now a chance to pay off that big play. They have it 1st and goal. Right back to the air for Mahomes. And that could be the dagger. It's intercepted. And the Texans are right back in this one.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 2-yard line.
Mustang 19. Let's go now. Go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he is taken down, but not before they're able to get it out of danger up past the 25. Now the Chiefs could call the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
Panther 60. Panther 60.
Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. Now KC going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the ballgame. A pair of 1st downs gives them 1st and 10 up at the 40. They'll stay on the ground. And he'll be taken down. We'll see if they want to use that final timeout or not. But things are pretty much spoken for. 2nd and a yard. And I don't think you've got that wrapped up the line of scrimmage. And now you're looking at 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Ready. Ready.
Here we go. One final play. That's caught right side the tight end Schultz. So it's a win here